You're on.
Someone's in a good mood.
You know what? It's cold, man. We just had the public workout, Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk. I've changed my mind. I came here, mindset of Oleksandr Usyk's got his number. Because I think Tyson Fury, there's a difference between getting beaten and losing. And I think Tyson Fury lost the last fight because, and he contributed to the skill of Oleksandr Usyk, and I don't think he got beaten. And I know people that don't understand boxing won't understand what I'm saying. If you box to the best of your ability, you give it your all, and you lose, you've got a good beating, you got beaten. But sometimes if you get into a fight, you lose because you haven't performed to the best of your ability. You let yourself down, and you've kind of given a given. Now, those of you that are going to put some horrible comments under this, if you're a boxer, you know what I'm talking about. If you're in a fight game, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you won't get it. I think Tyson Fury's attitude this week so far, I like it. It stinks, man. Got a chip on his shoulder.
What did you make of that interview just now?
Good. I like that attitude. I want to see what he's like when he's face to face with Usyk on Friday, and we'll find out if he's been all fake and all hustle. We'll find out if that's what. And if it was all, it's going to be the same all over again. If it's not, I believe Tyson Fury will beat Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday night.
Stoppage points.
I think it would be a late stoppage. I do believe that. I really do. But I think this next fight will be as exciting as the first fight. The only difference between the first fight and this fight is we didn't know what to expect. Now we know what to expect. You've got the best two heavyweights in the world that are going to bring their A game on Saturday night. And both of them bringing their A game on Saturday night. I tell you, I kid you not, it's going to be such a fight. This isn't about, it's about legacy. It's about one of those history-making kind of fights. This is going to be one of those fights. And I'm saying, people, watch it. Regardless of what you think of the Usyk, love him or loathe him, regardless of what you think of Tyson Fury, love him or loathe him, you are going to see a history-making fight on Saturday night.
What did you mean by your comments when you said Fury's mugged himself off?
Whereas in the first fight, Fury, all the things he said about Usyk, he dismissed him. This jumped up, got tooth, blah, middleweight. He's not going to beat me. And then all the insults, you little sausage, everything you said about him, and ran him down. And this little sausage did him. He mugged himself off, and he knew he mugged himself off. And it hurt his pride. And then, in the press conference for this, Usyk turns up with a picture of him staggering Fury and asked Fury to sign it. And Fury signed it. Then, it'd have been peeved off as well. So I'm telling you now, a lot of pride is on the line here. As a man, as an individual, and that's why he's to be the way he is, because he thinks, what have I done? Proper mug myself off. Some people turn up just to make the numbers up, but if you've been a heavyweight champion in the world and you really believe, there's an arrogance that's attached to it. If you really believe you're the best fighter amongst 7.888 billion people on this planet, then your reality is being shattered because you're thinking, oh my God, maybe I got it wrong. Tyson Fury believes he made a mistake. His professionalism, what he should have shown, he didn't show it. If he shows full professionalism in this fight and gets beaten, then he's got to accept it. Then there's another problem that starts. And if you've not been a champion, and if you've not been one of those fighters that believes you're the best in the world, then you'll not get it. There's only 5% of people, fighters, that are classed as world champions actually believe they are the best in the world. Not every world champion that's got the tag world champion. Do you think Daniel Dubois thinks he's the best heavyweight in the world? No, he doesn't. He's IBF champion. He doesn't.
Does he not?
No, man. Come on. So what I'm saying to you is, it's not many fighters that have got the tag as world champion believe they are the best in the world. Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk think they are. Saturday night, you'll see two fighters, two true warriors that are going to go in there and put on a history-making fight.
Dev, can I bring you in for a second, please?
Well, you want backup?
Backup.
I'll take you both out, man.
So, I was just saying to Johnny about his comments around Fury mugged himself off in the first fight via his... Yes.
Yeah, I mean, look, one judge gave him the fight, and I think in those middle rounds he was doing some. Are you interviewing me? This is mad. Johnny Nelson interviewed me. But yeah, listen, I think a lot of people are focusing on what happened in round 9. The fact that Usyk had a tremendous round 9 and Fury was all over the place, and it's caused a little bit of amnesia where people are forgetting. Let's have a look at rounds 1 through to 7. Usyk didn't just get it all his own way. Fury was doing very well. I think he boxed brilliantly in those rounds. And let's not forget, after going through hell in the 9th round, he did win the last round of the fight. He just comes back from stuff. I think we've got a different Fury this time. He's been saying it's going to be the Gypsy King this time, Johnny. And you were with me today. Listen, you saw it. You saw it up there. One-word answers, focused guy, big beard, no nonsense, ready for war.
And as I said, we'll find out if it's just hustle and it's BS. If when he's face-to-face with Usyk, when they do the face-off, I want to see what his mannerisms are like, what his attitude is like. I want to see if he all of a sudden wants to be his mate and pal him up. I don't want to see any of that. I want this attitude. I want this chip on his shoulder. And it'll show me how serious he is and how important it is to him. And because if you're going to sacrifice your well-being with your family, your connection with the people around you, you're willing to make that sacrifice.
3 months, mate. 3 months. Like, would you get away with not speaking with your missus and your family for 3 months? I certainly would. I'm getting ag all week.
I probably wouldn't go back, man. That's what I'm saying.
No, exactly that. But listen, that's a hell of a commitment from him, and you can see it. He's just different. And to be honest, the one-word answers and the answers from Usyk don't bode particularly well for the press conference I'm hosting tomorrow.
But you've got the one-word answers because he knows what he did the last time he's mugged himself off. So he's thinking, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna go out there and I'll show you. My fighting will do the talking. I get where he's coming from.
Yeah, I think it's a different guy. We're in a great place. I know what you're saying about, certainly at that launch press conference where he was talking about, calling him a rabbit, calling him a sausage, gappy tooth, etc., etc. But also, he did have to try and sell the fight. Don't forget that. Sometimes you got to do that. This fight at this point is sold now. He plays a character at times. And when you've got someone who doesn't speak English at a launch press conference to get people excited about a big show, sometimes you've got to talk it up. He's the English speaker, he's the one with all the chat, and I think some of it, you've got to take a little bit tongue-in-cheek.
You're not arguing with that,
I don't argue with that at all. That's what I'm saying. Everything he said, I've said from day one in the build-up to this. And even in the last fight, there's nothing that he said that I haven't said already. Now the public are saying, I see what you're saying. So there's nothing wrong is what he's saying because that's how it's played out. It's just common sense. Don't get carried away and suck it into all that hype that everything's around it or what your mate's saying or what the rest of the shoot's saying. Use common sense and look at what's happening in front of you.
Here's one for you. He signed the thing, right? So earlier this week, Queensbury did they got Usyk to write a Christmas card to Tyson Fury. Lovely little Christmas card. Left a long message. I watched him write it all out. And when they gave it to Tyson Fury, he took it and he just ripped it up. Didn't even open it.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, trust me. So even before this week, I said when Tyson Fury signed that picture, when Usyk walked in like Men in Black, opened the briefcase, gave him the picture, Tyson signed it. I knew right then, Tyson's thinking, what have I just done? I've just mugged myself off. He should have got that picture, tore it and threw it back at him. But he mugged himself off. Usyk had him as his boy. He had him as his boy and he's like, what have I done?
Listen, the other thing I point out there is that happened on a day where Tyson had just done about 8 hours of media. And Usyk turned up late.
But that's not the point. This is what Tyson should have done the day he did it in the build-up to this fight. But he didn't, and he realised what he did. And now he's like thinking, I've done some stuff. I'm looking back on me. I'm thinking, this is the kind of games I play on everybody else. And this guy's mugged me off.
Yeah, Usyk's got that main character energy, and you can certainly see that. I'm fascinated by what's going to happen tomorrow. Low-key sort of daunting it because I am hosting the press and they ain't going to say anything. So over to the promoters to do the. Yeah.
Do you remember in the build-up to the Klitschko fight, Tyson came in dressed as Batman?
Yeah.
Do you remember all the antics Tyson has done to be the main character, the main agonist and antagonist? It's been taken away from him. So now he's thinking.
But he's realised that today and dropped it, hasn't he?
You think, all right, no problem. And I'm telling you now, this attitude, this stink Tyson Fury, this is the guy that should have turned the first time. Because as I keep saying, you've only got one chance to make a first impression. And he blew that. So now he's got to right that wrong. And there's a difference between losing and being beat. And so if he goes out there and performs to the best of his ability and he doesn't get the decision, he got beat. He thinks he lost because he didn't bring his A game to it. There's a difference.
Thank you, gents. Good. Oh no, Dev, go on.
No, one final one. Look, he's been asked, right, what's this about? Is this about revenge? Is this about redemption? Get back your belts? He said it's not about any of that at all. It's about smashing his face in. And that's what you want to hear. So I'm looking forward to it.
I want Tyson to almost get points taken off. I want him to fight dirty. Because if he fights dirty and gets Usyk complaining, I'm telling you now, the tide will turn.
Okay, good duo, you two. Brilliant.
It's been working.
That's how we roll, baby.
Come on.